Hello, Antonio. Nice to see you again.
Hello, good afternoon.
It's gone through Laporte. Rodri!
Dieser Lewandowski-Auftritt sorgt für Wirbel.
Looks like you lost another one.
Welcome to the Lesso Football TV Deadline Transfer Show. As you know, obviously, the January transfer window closes tonight at 12 p.m., which is 11 p.m. in the English time. And yeah, there's been some movements that have been happening today. Obviously, you know, as it stands right now, Barcelona have not agreed a deal with Aubameyang. So Aubameyang has been left red-faced again, and he returns to the Gunners as we speak. And other confirmed news of Donny van de Beek has joined Everton on loan. Newcastle are currently negotiating to get Jesse Lingard from Manchester United. Liverpool have signed Lucas Diaz from FC Porto. So, you know, a lot is happening today, and there's still more that's yet to happen. Apparently, Ousmane Dembele might be leaving Barcelona as well, and apparently to free up wages as they want to rebuild their team. So it's very, very interesting in the last minutes or so. You know, as obviously as time goes by, I will be coming back again at 11 p.m. Up until 12 p.m. We're gonna be doing like a deadline transfer show, as obviously as we cover things unfold. So yes, guys, obviously stay tuned. After this show, obviously there's I'll be coming back to do the African Cup of Nations wrap-up show with Mameni Young at 8:30 this evening. But yeah, man, it's happening in the transfer window. I mean, for teams like FC Barcelona, obviously Real Madrid as well, because now there's news that they've agreed terms with PSG. In fact, with the player, because Mbappe is leaving. Mbappe is leaving end of the season. He's not gonna sign a new deal. He's gonna be leaving on a free. So he can speak to any club, because it's the January. Practically any player, if they're left with 6 months on their contracts, they're able to talk to different clubs and different representatives from different clubs and discuss terms and their moves. And so that's what's happening with Real Madrid and Kylian Mbappe. Mbappe apparently will be joining Real Madrid at the end of the season, and he will be paid a staggering 41 million euros every year. So, you know, that's Real Madrid, man. If you're a Real Madrid fan, you know, things are coming together for Real Madrid. Obviously, they also have lined up Haaland. You know, with Real Madrid is on steroids at the moment. You know, Real Madrid are a football club with intention. And this is what I always admire about Real Madrid. You know, they like they're a club that always aims to win. They have high expectations. They have high mentalities. You understand? And so far, this transfer window, you know, obviously the losers so far at the moment, it's Arsenal and Manchester United. No deals whatsoever. No deals whatsoever. These board members at these clubs need to be ashamed of themselves. They need to be ashamed of themselves. What is happening at Manchester United? What is happening at Arsenal Football Club? You know? And, you know, obviously I'll come back to that right now, but I just want to address like the transfers that are happening. And Liverpool with Lucas Diaz from FC Porto is another left midfielder. He's going to give them another option besides Sadio Mane. So it's a good move for Liverpool Football Club and a very efficient one. Obviously, Ousmane Dembele is apparently might be linked with Chelsea, so we'll see how that one unfolds. But it's looking more and more interesting as time goes by. Spurs have finally got a player over the line. Bentancur from Juventus has joined Spurs, so Antonio Conte is gonna be actually happy about that, and Spurs fans must be a little bit relieved because there was no movement whatsoever from their side. Obviously, Ndombele has also he's headed out on loan. Spurs, he's went the other way. So basically, it's 1 in, 1 out for Spurs. And Liverpool, it's just 1 in. There's no outs. Manchester United confirmed it's 2 outs. So it's basically Donny van de Beek and yeah, it's Donny van de Beek, it's Amad Diallo. It's not even 2 out. It's Donny van de Beek, Amad Diallo. Greenwood is out for the season because of the allegations that are happening against him in case of the rape and assault allegations against him. So Manchester United probably will not use him again this season. So it's 3 players from Manchester United that are out with a possible 4th. And we're not doing anything about this. We're chasing top 4, but we're not signing nobody. So it's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. And this board will never succeed, ever. I don't understand. This is the same. Let me tell you something. This is the same guys. These are the same businessmen. People keep telling us these guys are businessmen. Oh, they're good. They're not good businessmen. These guys are the worst businessmen I've ever met. I mean, why would you sacrifice top 4? You could have bought a player. Yes, Zakaria. Zakaria went to Juventus, probably. I think the fee was confirmed. He went to Juventus for 6 million. We could not part with 6 million from our budget. Let me tell you something. This is the cheapest amount we're gonna ever get, or per se, for a player that we want in a position that we need right now. We could not even buy a player who's worth only 6 million pounds. We let him go to Juventus. We chasing top 4. And yet these guys are just folding their arms like, they're somewhere on vacation. These are the same stupid businessmen who are going to go and spend even more money than they could have avoided spending altogether, trying to get back into the Champions League, because we're not making top 4. We are not making top 4. Manchester United don't have a plan. This board don't have a plan. Nothing has changed from Woodward to whoever now is in charge. I even forgot his name. This is why I'm just tired of with Manchester United at the moment. The board is a shambles. This board is a shambles, and unfortunately, it is what it is. Arsenal seem to be in the same boat as we are in. We just get tired of speaking about the same things over and over and repeating the same thing over and over again. So, aside from that, good deals for teams that have done deals so far. Newcastle is moving mad. Newcastle signing Guimaraes, Bruno Guimaraes, a great signing. Never expected Newcastle to sign a player of that caliber. That player was supposed to go to Arsenal. Arsenal make the first move, but Newcastle were the ones who bid. Incompetence. And it's shameful. It's all banter aside, guys. These great clubs are disappearing right in front of our eyes. I grew up knowing Arsenal was a huge team with pride, with ambition. They were the closest challengers. You know what I'm saying? And I grew up Manchester United being exactly the same way. Now both of the clubs are just jokes, banter. You understand? And it's sad, but it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. There's nothing we can do until there's protests, until we get rid of these rubbish owners. And both of them are American. I don't want to say anything bad about Americans, but what I know is that American people or businessmen know nothing about football. And that's proven countless over and over again, countless times. So I would not want another American guy to own Manchester United. I'd rather have a businessman from Europe. I'd rather have a businessman from Africa. I'd rather have a businessman from Asia, because let me tell you something. Those guys are football people. They love football. They watch football. Both Arsenal and Man United have the same problem. Arsenal now was supposed to get a player, couldn't get him over the line. They lost him out to Newcastle. Now they couldn't even get a deal over the line for Aubameyang. Shambles. Shambles. And these are multi-million pound businesses. You understand? These are multi-million pound businesses. Manchester United and Arsenal are, listen, the way these boards run their club, it's a shame, bruh. Whether you're an Arsenal fan or you hate Arsenal or you don't like Manchester United, what is happening now is a travesty. It's a travesty with these boards, because, you know, at the end of the day, I think it's up to the fans. If the fans really want these guys out, Liverpool did that. They got their owners out. And look at the club now. It's been run efficiently. Yes, they may not spend the kind of money Man United spends and sometimes Arsenal spends, but they spend and they run the club efficiently. That's all fans want. We're not crying out to say that you must go out there and spend 80 million on one player or go and buy all superstars. Buy the right players that fit your system at the club. Buy players that that will be used to replace the players that will go eventually. That's how you run a football club. That's how you know that someone knows their football and knows what it takes to run a football club. We don't have those people at Man United. We just don't have any of those people. Arsenal don't have any of those people at Arsenal too. So, you know, it's a shambles. Big ups again to Aston Villa are moving mad. Like I said when I just started the show, Aston Villa are moving mad. Yazin, Aston Villa are a threat next season, and especially now that they have wealthy owners. Signing Coutinho, they're trying to sign even Luis Suarez. They're doing a maza, man. They're doing a maza, and it's very scary what they can truly achieve if they actually continue backing Steven Gerrard. Steven Gerrard is actually a reasonable manager. He's actually a good manager. This is not Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. This is a guy who's learning his trades, and he's moving from one club to the next club and building his CV. You understand? So Aston Villa are going to be a huge threat next season. Their transfer business has been remarkable. I have to say, it has been remarkable. Now you cannot hate. You cannot hate when clubs are run properly. You cannot hate when clubs are run properly. So Aston Villa and Newcastle both have wealthy owners now. Next season, they're going to be another challenge on top of the challenges that we already have in front of us as a Man United fan. So, as obviously if you joined in, like I said, the transfers that have been confirmed today, it's Bentancur from Juventus. He's joined Spurs. So it's basically Spurs' first transfer business. Ndombele has left Spurs on loan. Manchester United are currently discussing a deal with both West Ham and Newcastle for Jesse Lingard. So that's another deal that could be over the door. Apparently, the latest news with Mason Greenwood with the assault and rape allegations against him. It's still under further investigations, but I personally do not think he'll come back there for the rest of. I think he's done for the season. I think he's done for the season. No matter what the outcome is. Good business from Barcelona. With Adama Traore. Great business, but I think at this point Xavi's just signing for the sake of signing, and since they got this new investment, obviously they can sign players, and obviously they're trying to get rid of Ousmane Dembele. So Dembele could end up at any of these teams. PSG have apparently got out of the race for him, and Chelsea apparently are the only ones remaining. I do not want him at Manchester United. I'm praying that we do not get this guy. This is another mistake coupled by mistakes that we have already made in the past. You understand? Good player, injury prone, not what we want. No more mercenaries, guys. But yeah, man, I think pretty much that's what's been happening in the latest news. There's still news, obviously, that's still coming out now as we speaking. As I'm speaking, I was just watching Sky Sports, and I was also watching Fabrizio Romano's latest. Obviously, Christian Eriksen. Congrats to him. He has joined Brentford, so he will continue his footballing career after Inter Milan, terminated his contract with on mutual agreement, basically. So Christian Eriksen is going to Brentford. He has joined Brentford. So yeah, good luck to him, man. After the heart problem that he suffered during the Euros, yeah. Zakaria joins Juventus, guys. Zakaria has joined you. Like this, Man United. What are we doing? This guy was only 6 million. This guy was only 6 million. Like, you cannot get anyone cheaper than that for a position that you in need of. But we've got a board that thinks they know football, but we're not making top four. Like I'm staying consistent with my views. We're not making top four this season, and it is what it is, guys. Frank Lampard obviously is at Everton, and he's the one who's busy pushing these moves. So I don't know. I'll be personally closely watching Everton this season to see the progression of Donny van der Beek, obviously. Yeah, man. I think pretty much, that's the news mostly for today. Chelsea haven't really done anything. Manchester United, Arsenal, they're all being quiet. So we're all in the same boat. But I wouldn't really be. If I'm a Man United fan, and if I'm an Arsenal fan, I'll be very worried right now. I'll be very worried. Good times to be an Aston Villa fan, to be a Newcastle fan. If Newcastle stay in this league, goodness me. If Newcastle stay in this league, guys, it's gonna be peak. They're only gonna get better. This is how we all, everyone was laughing at Man City when they were coming up, and I was saying that eventually Man City will become the team that we all fear. You understand? So yeah, man. Obviously, as we go along, Dele Alli and Spurs Dele Alli has agreed to leave Spurs to join Everton. So Lampard is pulling a Mazana. He's got Dele Alli. He's got Donny van der Beek. Good business for Everton. Good business for Everton. They're not going down. They're not going down this season. So Frank Lampard, really, he's got himself he's got himself two good players. Obviously Spurs, oh, jeez. Spurs are moving mad. Spurs are moving mad. Oh my goodness. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. I knew it. Also, so this is why Dele Alli was leaving, because I was wondering, obviously, if Dele Alli leaves, if Dombele has already left, then Dele Alli is also leaving now. They obviously can't be signing one player. You understand? They're probably going to replace two. So Juventus have also signed. I mean, Spurs have also got what's his name again? They've also got another Juventus player. He's Russian, yeah. Kulusevski. Yeah, Kulusevski. Hey, I don't know why that name always bothers me. But Kulusevski has joined Tottenham Hotspur. So they got both Bentancur and Kulusevski. So, it is what it is. Guys, obviously I'll come back, hopefully with the other guys, and yeah, we'll discuss more transfers. Check my show. Obviously, I'm coming back at 8:30. With Mameni Young to discuss the AFCON and semi-final, quarterfinals, last 16. You know what it is. And it's Lesser Football TV, and we are out.
Happy to be back home after